目前，中国经济正在经历阵痛，但与此同时也在酝酿着变革。伴随着中国制造2025数字化制造的虚拟革命正在逐步推进。这背后既有中国制造的飞速成长，也有来自世界领先企业的服务支持。财新近日采访了 SAP 全球高级副总裁、大中华区总裁纪秉盟。SAP 是全球领先的企业应用软件解决方案提供商，一直致力于帮助中国企业完成数字化转型。
Recently, through several important initiatives such as Made in China 2025 and Internet Plus. So in this case, could you share with us how SAP helped Chinese companies to embark on their digital transformation?
I think the Chinese government is doing a really positive job to identify and drive certain initiatives like Internet Plus, Made in China 2025, and also Belt and Road. I think these initiatives really provide a framework for companies to try and think about and identify what they need to do and how they need to do it. But as we're seeing today, many Chinese companies are going international. Their requirements for IT become bigger and bigger as they want to standardize on their business platforms. And as I mentioned, what we try and do is complement what they're doing with their great assets and innovations with what we have built up in our experience. SAP has always been in China. We view China as our second home, and we try and be very complementary to the Chinese market, which means we try and leverage and work with a lot of the great innovative software and IT companies in China as part of the ecosystem, as well as bringing some of our global expertise. So we've been in this business a long time, over 44 years, of helping companies run better. So we have a lot of global experience and understanding that we can bring to bear in the market here in China.
放眼世界，从德国工业4.0到中国制造2025，世界范围内的新一轮产业与工业升级已经成为下一轮国家竞争的驱动力。中国制造2025由工业4.0延展而来，却又与其不尽相同。而伴随着这些概念的兴起，中德之间的合作也越发紧密。
We are also seeing a great deal of the Sino-German collaborations. And what kind of progress do you think right now Chinese manufacturing companies to making towards the realization of the Industry 4.0 concept?
So I think the relationship between the Chinese government and the German government is very positive, very strong. And we've seen that through numerous visits of both leaders, visiting each other's countries. Chancellor Merkel has been here many times and is also very interested in technology and how technology is helping and transforming China. And SAP has been very involved in this area since the beginning. And in fact, we were also involved very heavily in Industry 1.0, 2.0 and 3.0. So I think already we've seen some really good progress in Industry 4.0, which is really taking the very best of technology and looking at how to automate business process to allow companies and manufacturers particularly to be much more efficient and much more responsive on how they can bring their product or their service to market leveraging technology. And we've seen some great case studies already. I think XCMG or Xigong I think is doing a great job in being an early pioneer and showcase for Industry 4.0. I think Photon with the Borgward brand, which they recently acquired from Germany, and they're really looking at reimagining the entire auto area value chain and leveraging best practices and Industry 4.0 to drive forward. So already this is not just about the future, it's happening across the world and very much here in China at the same time.
Okay, among all those case studies, do you see any challenges that may hold them back?
I think the important thing to realize is this is a journey. This is not a one-time event. And I think companies are constantly thinking about how they can reimagine their business model, how they can reimagine their business processes. So this requires change quite deeply across the organization. And in 2015, McKinsey came out with a study that I felt highlighted a couple of key areas of some of the challenges that companies are experiencing. The first one that comes to mind is the lack of experienced talent, particularly areas like data scientists. This is very challenging. Another challenge that companies are experiencing is resistance in changing some of the business processes. And I think today companies have been, some companies' employees have got used to doing things in a very certain way. Now to achieve that transformation is quite difficult, and the change management required is quite complex. And the third one that I'll mention is sometimes some of the transformations that are required are quite radical. They're quite big changes to the company's business model. And sometimes maybe there isn't enough drive from the board or from the CEO to ensure that that fairly big change happens in the organization. So there are challenges, but I think some innovative companies and some strong leaders are really driving a positive move towards Industry 4.0.
Could you share with us what is SAP's cloud strategy in China?
So SAP is the cloud company powered by HANA, our great innovation that we brought about a few years ago of in-memory computing. So cloud, I believe, and SAP believes, is clearly the future. This is a very, very compelling business model, and I think it allows companies to experience a very quick time to value. And I think what we found is the internet has brought about the greatest empowerment of the consumer. And I think as part of digital transformation, as part of all of these initiatives around Industry 4.0, Internet Plus, is companies need to build a very agile infrastructure and IT environment so that they can respond to the consumer. And cloud computing allows you to really very quickly be able to respond to the customer. So you can implement and you can have a working environment in much quicker than traditionally. SAP has worked for a number of years, and we've made sure that we've done it right from the very beginning here in China. So we've taken an approach to work with the ecosystem. So we have a joint venture with China Telecom. China Datacom is our joint venture company, where we work together to provide cloud services to the Chinese market. And recently we announced a very exciting strategic partnership with Aliyun, where we will collaborate with SAP with Aliyun, where we will provide cloud services to the Chinese market.
Okay. Can you talk more about this cooperation with Aliyun? When did it start, and how's the story going on?
Sure. So again, this is a journey, and what we've done is we've identified a couple of very exciting new cloud areas. So a particular solution for the small and medium-sized business, as well as our cloud customer, we call it Cloud for Customer, Hybris Cloud for Customer, that really helps companies in a cloud environment manage their customer engagement. So these are two areas, and there are other areas that we are exploring. We will start providing these services. At the moment, we are planning to start delivering these services in the fourth quarter of this year, of 2016.
What are the challenges and as well as the opportunities during this process?
So I think with cloud, clearly there's been a very strong positive influence from the government, number one. Number two, I think internationally, the move of certain parts of your business into the cloud, particularly in the line of business area. So taking areas like procurement or human resource management or customer management. This makes it very easy processes to adopt into the cloud. However, there is still a legacy thought in many companies and many company owners who want to have all of their data and all of their infrastructure inside their businesses. Cyber security is also a big concern of companies leveraging the cloud. So SAP has clearly made it a high priority that we follow the very top security standards. This is part of our core business. The data centers that we engage and that we leverage have the very top levels of security and robustness to ensure that we overcome a lot of these issues.